Welcome to our latest update on the real estate market here in Greenville, South Carolina. Whether you're considering a move to our beautiful city or you're a current resident thinking about buying or selling, this video will give you all the insights you need. I'm David Crum, and today we're diving deep into the current trends and statistics shaping the Greenville real estate landscape. Greenville, nestled in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, is not just a scenic gem, but also a thriving hub of economic activity and cultural vibrancy. With its growing reputation as a desirable place to live, work, and play, let's take a look at the real estate market and how it's performing here. First, let's talk about average home prices. According to the latest data from Redfin, the average home price in Greenville is $455,000, making an increase of 14% from last year. This upward trend is a testament to the high demand and limited supply in our market. Now, these numbers may seem a bit drastic, but they are for the city of Greenville. To expand to the metro area, let's look at Zillow's numbers. They say the metro market average home sale is $312,000 with an increase of 5% over last year. This is much more in line with what I'm seeing in the market as a whole. If you've seen some of my other videos, you'll know that the city of Greenville is a very small geographical area since cities aren't able to easily expand in South Carolina. The metro numbers are much more indicative of the market as a whole. Now, looking at these rising prices, they are driven by several factors. Greenville's robust job market, anchored by industries like manufacturing, healthcare, and technology, attracts new residents from across the country. Additionally, our vibrant downtown area with its mix of historic charm and modern amenities continues to be a big draw. The city of Greenville continues to expect approximately 200,000 people will move to the metro area in the next 10 years. Next, let's take a look at the number of homes sold. The Greenville Multiple Listing Service, or the MLS, reports in the last quarter over 1,200 homes were sold, which is a slight decrease from the same period last year. This dip can be attributed to the lower inventory levels, making it a competitive market for buyers again. With the start of summer, we're seeing more homes come to the market now, and I expect that trend to continue with the normal summer peak of the market as families try and complete a move between school years. Despite fewer homes being on the market, those that are listed are selling fairly quickly. The average days on market for homes in Greenville is now just 35 days. This is down from 45 days last year. Homes priced right and in good condition often receive multiple offers within the first week. I'm seeing a blend of days on market, which are lower near the city and high demand areas with well-priced, ready-to-move homes. Homes further from the city or needing repairs or overpriced or sitting on the market a bit longer now, this can give you a better price if you're willing to negotiate these issues. New construction is also playing a large role in our market. Developers are working hard to meet demand, and we're seeing new neighborhoods and developments popping up, particularly in areas like Five Forks and Simpsonville, Piedmont, Upper Greer, even Travelers Rest. These new homes offer modern amenities and are appealing to both first-time homebuyers and those looking for an upgrade. New construction has been behind demand for the last few years and is still looking that way now. That doesn't mean that it's as hard to get a home as it was a few years ago during the madness of COVID, so you still have a few more options. Some builders are offering incentives ranging from lower interest rates to closing costs or upgrade packages. These change constantly, usually at least monthly, so you need to stay informed if you're looking for a certain type of incentive that might be best for you. For those selling their homes, this market presents a great opportunity. With high demand and rising prices, sellers can often achieve excellent returns on their investments. As I spoke about earlier, prices continue to rise in the Greenville market, and there are many buyers in the market now. However, it is crucial to work with a knowledgeable real estate agent who can help you navigate the process and get you the best possible outcome. Now, a big factor in the real estate market is the mortgage landscape. To talk more about that, I'd like to have Dan Michaud come on. He is a top local lender and my highest recommendation when it comes to getting a home loan in the Greenville area.
Hey, David. Thanks for having me on. This is Dan Michaud with Network Funding. I'm a mortgage lender in Greenville, South Carolina. I've been doing mortgages in the upstate of South Carolina and across the state of South Carolina for about 25 years now. Love what I do. Love helping folks buy no matter what interest rates are doing. So let's talk about interest rates a little bit. Currently, we're seeing most mortgage programs for 30-year fixed rate mortgages are landing in the 7% range. We sometimes can get a little bit under 7, sometimes it's a hair over 7, but basically they've stayed in this range for about 6 to 8 months now. So we're not seeing any big movements, and I don't anticipate anything that big happening anytime soon. The economists are telling us that towards the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025, we should start seeing rates come down based on what the Fed is saying they're going to do with the Fed funds rate. That trickles down into the mortgage world. It's not a direct correlation, but it does affect mortgage. So there are also other factors that come into play, such as the bond market and international currencies and all kinds of good stuff, as we're in a global economy now. So we see rates change daily, but it's not a big swing. We're seeing narrow swings, maybe an eighth of a point, maybe a quarter point on a day where there's a lot of activity in the markets. But overall, we've seen rates stay in this 6 3/4 to 7 1/4 range for most loan programs. There are some programs that are a little bit below that. For instance, the state of South Carolina has a great first-time home buyer program that has rates that are a little bit below market. And so if you qualify for that program based on some income criteria, that might be a good program for you to look at as well. But generally, rates are about the same, and no matter what your situation is, what type of loan program you're looking at. Of course, good credit scores always get you a little bit better interest rate. So I always encourage people early in the process, let's get your credit pulled and let's take a look and see if your credit is optimized, if there's anything we can do to help guide you towards getting those credit scores up. That's going to benefit you when it comes to interest rates. Let's talk about points. Points are a cost that are involved when you go to buy a house that lenders sometimes charge to buy a rate down. A lot of people refer to it as buying the rate down. Points work both ways. You can pay points to get your rate lower, or you can accept a higher rate and not pay points or even get a lender credit. Sometimes the amount of money that a person has also determines that. If you don't have enough money to buy the rate down anyway, then it's a non-issue. But for folks that have this extra money and they could buy the rate down, it's not always the best decision. Rate is not the only consideration when you're trying to decide how to structure your mortgage. And so I highly recommend that you talk to a loan officer that understands that and can present it in a way that makes sense. A lot of times what we do is we put several estimates together, put them side by side in front of our clients and let them decide. The numbers kind of speak for themselves. When you see it laid out that way, it's an easy decision to figure out which way is the best way to go. One last thing. I feel like in our market here in Greenville, South Carolina, if we see a big drop in interest rates, say a point or more, a lot of people who are holding off on listing their houses and moving up to the next house will now put their house on the market because they feel like, okay, I can make that move to the next higher priced house, more house for my family or my situation, and it doesn't hurt as much if rates drop. However, I think what's going to happen if we see a rate drop, and what most people in the industry are saying is that will create a flood of new buyers coming into the market, might put us back into a situation where we have multiple offers and bidding wars on homes. And that was really tough. We dealt with that about 2 or 3 years ago. And it became really hard if you needed a mortgage to be able to compete against cash buyers, especially from outside the area that were coming from higher priced areas to South Carolina, where we're a little bit more moderately priced here. If you can buy now and if you can get in the game, I feel like this is the time to do it. If you're not in the game, you might get left behind. We saw a lot of people that qualified back when rates were 3% who are now priced out of the market, and they hesitated to buy because they couldn't find the perfect house. Hey, keep in mind, you can do almost anything to a house to make it better. You can fix almost anything. You can add on, you can modify the house. But if you don't own, then you're paying somebody else's mortgage by renting. And rents have just continued to increase in our area and in every other area that I'm hearing about. And so it's a matter of buying versus renting. Which is the better investment? Where is your money better spent? I've never seen a time where it was a bad idea to purchase a home if you were going to stay for a relatively good amount of time in that home. If you're going to be in a house for 2 or 3 years, at least, if you feel like you're going to stay in the area, to me, it's a great time to buy. And it would be foolish to throw that money away on rent if you can buy and if you're able to. There's lots of loan programs available. One of our jobs as a loan officer is to figure out what the best program is for your situation. So don't hesitate to reach out. Get the ball rolling early in the process on the mortgage side so you know what you're dealing with, you know what programs are available, you know what the best option is for you. Let's get into the game. I'd love to help. Thank you, David, for having me.
Thank you so much, Dan, for all your insights into rates, what affects them, and what we can expect. Now, I'd like to speak a little to what draws so many people to move to the Greenville area, since that is such a big factor in what drives our housing market. Families are particularly drawn to Greenville for top-rated schools and family-friendly atmosphere. Areas like the east side of town with its excellent schools and parks are highly sought after. According to greatschools.org, many of our local schools score above average, making it an attractive location for families with children. There are also a lot of other educational opportunities, from homeschooling to private schooling. Greenville is really drawing families looking for their children's education. For those considering a move to Greenville, our downtown area offers a vibrant mix of culture, dining, and entertainment. Falls Park on the Reedy is a prime example. It has a stunning waterfall, a terrific suspension bridge, lush gardens. It is a favorite spot for both locals and visitors. The Peace Center, our premier performing arts venue, hosts Broadway shows, concerts, and other cultural events all year round. One trip to downtown Greenville and many people are hooked. To summarize, the Greenville real estate market is thriving. Here are some key takeaways. Average home prices are up 14% from last year to $455,000, but the area-wide market is hovering around $312,000 on average. For number of homes sold, we've had a slight decrease due to lower inventory, with over 1,200 homes sold in the last quarter. Our average days on market is down to 35 days, indicating a fast-moving market, especially in the peak summer season. Whether you're buying, selling, or just curious about the market, it's a great time to be involved in Greenville real estate. If you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to reach out to me. I'm David Crum, and I am here to help you navigate the Greenville real estate market with confidence. My contact information is on the screen and listed below. No matter if you're considering a move in 9 or 90 days, I'd love to help you make your transition a smooth one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around Greenville's many great parks.